So Bandai Namco is once again asking Switch users to ask or demand for a game if they want to see it on the Nintendo Switch. I think you guys know my answer to Bandai Namco.
How about new?
Yo, what is good everyone? OJ over here from PlayerEssence. Welcome to another PE News. Today, we've got some great information for you guys, so let's go ahead and hop right into it. And we're starting off with, once again, my favorite company to get on when they say certain things, and that is Bandai Namco. So recently, Hadara, who makes the Tekken series, was on I think like a podcast or an interview, and he talked about various different things when it comes to Tekken and Tekken Cross Street Fighter and all sorts of things. So make sure you guys check out the interview if you want the full thing in terms of what happened. But one little nugget out of there that was being reported on various different places is that Bandai Namco, or Hadara, said if you want to see Tekken 7 on the Nintendo Switch owners should ask for it, should port beg, and I'm using some air quotes there, for this game, or ask, or fan demand. So let them know if you want to see this game. And there's a long history with Bandai Namco doing this and kind of just doing it for free publicity and not necessarily because they think that it's going to help. It's just free marketing. There's that aspect. There's various different ways that you can kind of look at this and see it, and I'll break down how I see it first, then we'll talk about what this could mean and what it couldn't mean. One, I do feel, before we even break all this down, is that I don't feel that Nintendo Switch fans have to ask for anything. You know why? Because PS4 and Xbox One and PC users don't really have to ask for anything. They kind of just get everything. So I don't know why Nintendo Switch users are kind of separated from that. And no, I don't want to hear anything about, oh, well, it takes a lot of money to port games. Like, they need to know that their investment is going to go through. And I get that. It does take money to port games and everything, but we're the consumers. Like, if you want to sell a game to us, then you sell a game to us. We shouldn't have to ask for something so you can take our money. That's not how business works. At least that's not how a lot of businesses work normally. They say, hey, we have this product. Do you want to buy it? You make it available in a way that people can buy it, then they buy it. They shouldn't have to ask or beg. And especially when you're segmenting everybody else from Switch users. Well, they get everything automatically and we don't. So that's the first issue that I see there, just first and foremost as a consumer. In terms of this, guys, I'm talking about myself, not talking about you guys. You guys are free to go ask or beg or do whatever you want. I'm simply talking from my own perspective and how I see gaming and everything. Now, when it comes to the different aspects of this, Bandai Namco has done this before, and they've tried to play up this factor of port begging or asking for games, and therefore you'll get them. The biggest one that I've seen is Dragon Ball FighterZ, where there's still people to this day who think that begging for Dragon Ball FighterZ got Dragon Ball FighterZ on the Nintendo Switch, which was not the case. There was rumors dating back to October and even stuff that people heard before then that Bandai Namco decided to port Dragon Ball FighterZ after the huge success of the Nintendo Switch. The president of the company even came out and said it was a shame. He said this last year, like mid last year or sometime around then. It was a shame that they didn't see the Switch being a success. Otherwise, they would have had other games faster or more ready than they did, and they had to take more time to port them because they didn't think the system was going to be as successful. So that's the reason why they started porting over games, and any game that was feasible, like a 2D fighter that runs on Unreal Engine 4, was going to be ported over. On top of that, you have the amazing sales of Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 on the Nintendo Switch. Over 500,000 units sold at a premium price of $50 or whatever the case is. That's what kind of got it over, not people asking and begging for it. They already had plans well before that. That's been documented. People talked about that. That's not something to where we asked for and then they said, okay, now we're going to do it now that they asked for it. It was already planned, guys. Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 was just the cherry on top of the huge Switch cake that they were already baking because of the sales of the system and how hot it was. So I don't really see anything that we've asked for or that we've begged for in order to get it on the system. Nothing of that has really happened from Bandai Namco. I know Bandai Namco also did this with Sword Art Online Fatal Bullet. The developer said, you guys should show your support and ask for it on the Switch. And everyone was like, no, not really. We're not really going to do that. And then what? A few months later down the line, Sword Art Online Fatal Bullet is coming to the Nintendo Switch. And also Hollow Realization is coming to Nintendo Switch. And nobody asked for that. What about My Hero One's Justice? Nobody asked for that. Heck, My Hero, right? Got a shirt on that I'm wearing. Nobody asked for that. They just put it out on there because it's a good idea. It's business. So Tekken is a little bit of a different case. Obviously, it's a more graphically intense game. It's a bigger game than a lot of the games that I mentioned when it comes to file size and all of that. So I get it. It's something that maybe they want to gauge a little bit of interest, but Tekken 7 at this point has been out for multiple years. It's dirt cheap on the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4 and PC. It's not like they're going to get a ton more sales out of there. So I think that they kind of need the Switch more to expand sales than Switch owners need that game. So I think it should be the other way around. They should be wanting to port it in order to make more money, not simply saying, hey, if you guys want to show some fan demand, then do that. I don't think Switch is really thirsting for fighting games on the system. There's a number of great fighting games that you can already play. Obviously, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate just came out, is amazing. I just talked about My Hero 1's Justice. We also have SNK Heroines. There's BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle. We got BlazBlue Central Fiction coming out. There's a number of great games. Even if you want to talk about other anime fighters, there's the Naruto Trilogy, which is from Bandai Namco as well. So there's a lot of other stuff out on the system. There's plenty to play. Even smaller stuff like Blade Strangers as well, which is a great fighting game, by the way. You guys should check that out when you get the opportunity, or if you're into fighting games and didn't hear about it. So to me, there's really no need. There's really no need for us to really go out there and say, we want this, when they should be saying, hey, yo, Switch fans, check this out. We're going to have a port of Tekken 7 for you, and we're going to make it the best you can so you can play Tekken anywhere that you want. Just like we didn't have to ask for Tekken on the Nintendo 3DS, which was really good, like 40-something characters. It had like 60 frames per second. I mean, it was great, right? Nobody really had to ask for that. Same thing goes for Tekken Tag Tournament 2 on the Wii U. Nobody really had to ask for that. So the Switch is hotter than both of those systems when it came to the Wii U and to the 3DS starting out. So I don't really see any need for that. But once again, like I've said before, and I'll go ahead and say it again, so there's no misunderstanding when it comes to these things here, guys. You're free to do that. If you want to go over there and say, I want this, I want this, you want to go over there and ask for it, you can do so. I'm just telling you the reasons why I feel that we don't have to, and I feel that I'm not going to. You know, those are the reasons why, but you guys can go out there and do it yourself. Not upset or mad or saying that you can't do it. I'm just giving you guys my own reasons when it comes to it, and talking about how it didn't really do anything for us before in the past, not really going to do anything at this point. But once again, I think it's a topic, it's an interesting topic, especially with Bandai Namco, just because I think they use it as marketing ploys. This could generally mean that there's bigger plans for Tekken on the Nintendo Switch based off of what Bandai Namco has done before. We've seen this, like I said, with Sword Art Online Fatal Bullet. We've seen it before with various other games, especially their Unreal Engine 4 games, and Tekken 7 Unreal Engine 4 game as well. So what do you guys think about what Bandai Namco had to say here in all of this? I know I kind of had quite a bit. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say in the comment section below. All right, and moving on to the next topic here, we're going to be talking about Soulja Boy once again, and I know this is a topic that we've discussed quite a number of times, but Soulja Boy actually kind of called out Nintendo, but then deleted his tweets. But a lot of people screen capped them and put it up there. So it seems like there's a little bit of a war of words going on between a lot of the YouTubers out there, big and small, and Soulja Boy with his new Soulja consoles that he's bringing out. These are emulator boxes full of ROMs, illegal software on there from various different publishers and developers, from Nintendo to PlayStation and more. And it seems like a lot of the Nintendo fans apparently are kind of getting to him a bit, because he says he's not scared of Nintendo. He didn't say he's not scared of Microsoft or Sony or anybody else. He just said Nintendo because a lot of the big games on here that somebody would probably buy this for are Nintendo games. I mean, you have stuff like Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past. You also have Kirby on there. There's some big games from Nintendo's history, and Nintendo has been historically the one to go after these ROM sites and things like that. So that's the reason why he's probably saying, you know, he's not scared of Nintendo. But then again, he says that he's not scared of Nintendo, but then he deletes his tweets. Like, why are you deleting the tweets? Maybe because there's some legal issues that can get you in trouble with. He also had some kind of some slurish type of things that he said as well, and I'm going to sit here and say this. Going after Nintendo, Soulja Boy, is not a good idea. Saying that, oh, I don't care about them and they can't do anything, and calling YouTubers names and things like that when they're talking about your device, that's clearly not legal when it comes to the ROMs on there and the price that you're charging for it. It's just the emulator box. There's like the ripped off or bad artwork. I mean, there's a lot of issues with this box when it comes to it, and people are out there putting out some criticisms on it, and you say that you want to get yourself into the gaming world and the industry, yet you can't can't take the criticism of your box that clearly isn't the type of product in terms of price that you're charging for. Not trying to hate on you, trying to make money, do your business. I get that. I completely get that. However, the way that you're going about it is just all wrong, Soulja Boy. It's just all wrong. So there's no need to lash out at Nintendo or lash out at these YouTubers who are reviewing your product, and a lot of them bought that. So I mean, if I were you, Soulja Boy, what I would do is take this criticism, you know, take whatever you can and try to make something legit out of it. Try to spin it, especially you're touting sales that are so good, right? Well, use that money and make a better box next time. See what you can do next time and do it legally. Don't do it illegally, because what you're doing right now is definitely not legal, and Nintendo's obviously putting together something. So I would be very careful with what you say and how you say it and how you want to get in when it comes to the gaming industry, man. Especially if you're trying to start esports team, you're trying to get in a certain way. I'm not sure if this is the best way to do it, considering what you're trying to do and considering how much YouTube can affect certain things and all of that. So it's just some advice. You can take it or not. Probably not even going to watch this video either way. I thought I'd say that. So going after Nintendo is not wise. Those Nintendo ninjas, man, they know how to really get after it when it comes to illegal software and all of that. And they've got a lot more money when it comes to the legal side of it than Soulja Boy and a lot of people out there. So it's not even just about Soulja Boy. It's about everybody who's doing this ROM stuff and trying to do it. Nintendo goes after you no matter what. If you're famous, not famous, whatever the case is, I think Nintendo's definitely going to go after you when it comes to these things. So we'll see what happens on this one. And it's just one of those things to where it's an interesting story overall. It's kind of taken over YouTube for the past week or so. And especially with the different types of unboxings and videos people have done, it's just been very, very crazy to see some of it unfold. So what do you guys think about all of this Soulja Boy stuff and everything that's going on here? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and also let me know what you guys think. Did any of you guys actually pick up the system? Let me know how you've been enjoying it or not enjoying it as well in the comment section below. And also, one more question, guys. I do want to get a question of the day. We're so close to Christmas and everything. Some of you guys might be watching this before or after. Whatever the case is, what is your favorite Christmas-themed game? That was a question that was posed to me on one of my PE lives, and someone said, whoa, Bayonetta 2. That's like during Christmas. So I'm going to go ahead and say, yeah, Bayonetta 2 is my favorite Christmas-themed or right around Christmas-themed game. Let me know your favorite Christmas-themed game. Comment section below. All right, Ninja, that wraps it up for this video here. Go ahead and check out the links in the description below. We got Facebook and Twitter. Go ahead and give us a like and a follow on our social media. Really helps us spread the content of PlayerEssence across the internet in addition to YouTube. Also, make sure you check out our Patreon, Twitch, and YouTube live gaming pages and consider supporting PlayerEssence. When you do so, it gets you access to some cool benefits, perks, rewards, and emotes via YouTube membership. Hit that like button if you did like this video. Let me know you guys want more content like this going forward in the future. And subscribe to PlayerEssence for this RPG, Japanese, and Nintendo gaming news. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you for the next video. Peace.